Is weed legal in Texas 2022? In 2019, Texas lawmakers legalized the use of some forms of the cannabis plant. Since then, marijuana prosecutions cases around the state of Texas have been thrown into disarray. The new Texas law sought to bring the state of Texas in line with the 2018 federal law that legalized hemp but not marijuana. What do the new laws mean for the people of Texas? Marijuana and hemp are often distinguishable by look or smell. The difference between marijuana and hemp is the amounts of the psychoactive compound THC or tetrahydrocannabinol that each contains. Marijuana is classified as a cannabis plant or its derivatives if the THC concentration is more than 0.3%. If the THC concentration is less than 0.3%, it is considered hemp. What marijuana is legal right now? Under Texas law, it is still illegal to use or possess recreational marijuana. According to the data from the Texas Office of Court Administration, marijuana prosecutions in Texas declined drastically by more than half in 6 months after the law was enacted. Medical cannabis is legal in Texas in very limited circumstances. The Texas Compassionate Use Act was signed into law in 2015, allowing people with epilepsy to access medical cannabis with less than 0.5% THC. Is recreational marijuana prosecuted the same everywhere? 11 states and Washington DC have legalized the use and possession of recreational marijuana. In those states, marijuana use and possession are still regulated. More than 10 other states in the United States have fully or partially decriminalized certain marijuana-related offenses. It is still illegal to use marijuana recreationally in many of these states, but prosecutors do not press criminal charges. How are countries approaching it? Many Texas prosecutors are dropping low-level marijuana possession charges and also refusing to pursue new marijuana charges. Before the hemp law was passed, law enforcement agencies in Harris, Dallas, Bexar, and Nueces countries had already stopped arresting people found with small amounts of marijuana on a first offense. Instead, diversion programs to keep defendants out of jail or citations may be offered for people with a small amount of marijuana. In June, the Texas Department of Public Safety ordered its officers not to arrest people but instead issue citations if possible misdemeanor marijuana possession cases. Are there efforts to legalize marijuana in Texas? A bill was introduced which would have prevented police from arresting people for possessing an ounce of marijuana or less was introduced which would have prevented police from arresting people for possessing an ounce of marijuana or less. The bill also made the possession of an ounce of marijuana or less as Class C misdemeanor carrying a maximum $500 fine. The bill passed the House on a 103 to 42 vote. It is still a crime in Texas to possess marijuana, not prescribed by a registered doctor for an approved condition. While the passage of Texas House Bill 3703 in 2019 did expand and improve access to medical marijuana for qualified patients, the bill did not change any state regulations around the recreational use of marijuana. If you want more details, please do watch www.arkmedtx.com.